on this right side will take right-footed towards the penalty spot, glancing header. Oh, that's come back off the post. Fatawu is coming through the middle, and he's found Mavididi, who chipped it over Ruddy. And can you believe it? Leicester have scored from Birmingham, hitting the post. A blistering counter-attack. Right-footed across the face of goal, and Birmingham's response is almost immediate. And Leicester can break again. Fatawu looking for Dewsbury Hall, and he's got the pace. Goes around John Ruddy. Brilliant goal, Keenan Dewsbury Hall, and Leicester lethal on the break again. Mavididi in the penalty area on the left, right-footed, deflected into the bottom corner, and it's a double for Steffi Mavididi. Comes through to Jordan James. He's got his second of the night. And there is the full-time whistle in front of the Leicester fans. Perfect. Leicester winning it 3-2.
Yes, another Leicester City victory on Monday. That video with a little Christmas twist to it as well. We know for a fact Leicester will be top of the Championship at Christmas no matter what happens in this game today. Ipswich are 4-0 down in that early kick-off away to Leeds United. So a win today for Enzo Maresca and his side will send them 6 clear at the top of the tree at Christmas. Let's get all of today's team news though, starting with the Foxes of course, and Enzo Maresca has decided to make exactly no changes to the team that beat Birmingham on Monday evening. This is the starting 11 then. It's Hermansen in goal, Ricardo, Fass, Vestergaard and Justin across the back 4, Winks, Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi in midfield with Mavididi and Fatawu in behind Pats and Daka. On the bench it's Stolasic, Cody, Cassidy, Iheanacho, Sutar, Chowdhury, Pratt, Cannon and Younis. Former Wigan manager Liam Richardson has the tough task of trying to keep Rotherham in the Championship. He'll have been bitterly disappointed a week ago as his side conceded a 97th minute winner. He makes 3 changes to that side that lost that game away at Plymouth. This is their 11 then. It's Johansson in goal, wing-backs Bramall, Revan, Morrison and Odofin in the 3 central defensive positions with Len Bixer at right wing-back. It's Rathbone, Taihi and Lindsay in midfield with Nombe and Jordan Hugill leading the line. Well, that's both of the teams. Those of you in that starting bit of the show when I was talking may have mentioned a certain someone on the screen behind me here. In his 6 seasons with the Foxes, Christian Fuchs became very much a fan favourite.
Wonderful! Oh, it's a free header, and it's a goal for Robert Hoos! Drops a foot to his left foot. Oh, what a goal! That is sensational. What a way to score your first Premier League goal. Take a bow, Christian Fuchs. Back, Fuchs. The ball in behind Damian Varney! It's 11! It's heaven for Jamie Varney!
Fuchs on the volley! And what a goal! Christian Fuchs is a 25 yards out.
Maybe Fuchs can deliver. Lovely 1-2. Fuchs will deliver now with his right foot. Varney's there!
Yeah!
Leicester City 3, Liverpool 0.
Fuchs with the take, Fuchs with the header, it's free! Sensational!
Yes, the one and only Christian Fuchs joins myself and Matt Elliott this afternoon as we build up to kick off for this game with Rotherham. Christian, we could see you on the screen behind us as we were watching those moments, and you just had such a massive smile on your face. It must be fantastic memories. And firstly, good morning to you over in the States, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, whatever you want to call it.
How great was it looking back at some of those memories?
Yeah, it's a big part of my life, and I will always be grateful to have had 6 amazing years at Leicester City. We're still Leicester City fans. We follow almost every game as much as the time allows, and I really love the video, especially when I smashed the ball against Toothy's back. I think that's my favorite out of the whole selection.
Christian, Elliot here. Good to speak to you, mate. I'm watching your face like Dan Bates was as well there. But I was watching it. I was getting emotional watching that. Never mind you. It was special treasured memories. But one that stick out for me was the left-footed strike against Crystal Palace. I was waiting for that to come along. I'd forgotten about the one against Fleetwood. That was probably even better. Probably even better, wouldn't it? But what really sticks out in my mind is that right-footed finish. Now, that was a rarity, wasn't it?
Don't underestimate my right foot. It's still good for passing.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Your left
That's
foot.
why it was just a simple pass against Elvin Jakupovic, who we all know as well. So easy finish.
You made it all look simple most of the time, didn't you? But, yeah, mind you, it's not that hard to hit Hoofy's backside, is it really? You've got a fair target there.
Yeah, I mean, the camera angle lied a little bit, but it was good 30 yards out.
Yeah, at least. No, it's great to see you, and it's nice to see a fresh face. I'm normally staring at Jerry Taggart or David Nugent. It makes a nice
Oh, you
change.
must be pleased now, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You must be very pleased now. We should repeat that at some point.
When you look back, obviously, you said about the moment hitting Robert Huth, but I mean, on the pitch, there were so many standout moments, weren't there, that we've just seen. There was more than that. More could have gone in, but it was only a 2-minute video because there were so many moments that you did have here, like you said, in six seasons.
Well, it has been, to be honest, it has been the time of my life at Leicester. Like you said, when I look back, yes, you have all those memories, all those great moments. You didn't put in any Champions League games, appearances, goals there. But the thing that stuck out to me the very most, and what I always tell my kids, is just the camaraderie that we had throughout the whole time. It was not always easy. We had a lot of ups and downs, but I think the downs that we went through definitely made us stronger as a team, as a club. And yeah, it's just phenomenal to look back and see what we have achieved.
I was going to say that for me and people on the outside, that was obvious, that the camaraderie that you had, the spirit that you had, which was part of what made you the team you were as well. But having said that, winning games creates a good team spirit as well, doesn't it? Naturally, anyway. But it makes it easier, put it that way. But it was similar in my era to a lesser degree, in relative terms. We were a band of brothers, if you like, and it certainly helps you along the way, doesn't it? Do you keep in touch with many of the players these days?
Well, I have touch here and there with a couple of players, also with Matt Reeves, who we all know as well, one of the fitness coaches, our head fitness coach. So I'm definitely in touch. I never lose track of what the team is doing. I mean, my son, when he got up, he dressed right away in Leicester City uniform.
Yeah?
So we all, we all foxes all the time. I have a couple of coaches down in Charlotte who are from Leicester, who have also played in the Leicester Academy. So there's always a lot of conversations going on about Leicester, and that simply feels a little bit like home.
Yeah, I suppose it's difficult for you living that far apart, but again, relating to my time at the club, we're still friends, and you'll always have that bond, won't you, with those people, even if you don't see each other day to day. I mean, some of us still live in Leicester. We don't see each other from 6 months to 6 months, but when we do, it's still you remember those special moments that you've had. I'm sure you boys will be the same.
Well, they're only a phone call away. I mean, I spoke throughout the year with Bart, with Mark.
Yeah.
You just because you live a little bit further away and you have a whole ocean between you doesn't mean you get out of touch. You definitely stay in touch. I mean,
Right.
look at those pictures. That's something that we share together.
Yeah, no, brilliant stuff. But you're a busy enough man even to find time for a phone call, though, I imagine, these days. What's going on over that side of the water?
Well, right now I'm not as busy because our season was done in the middle of November.
Right.
But yeah, I have retired, which was,
Yeah, no, I knew that.
as you might know, it's a double-edged sword because you still want to play and you still feel like you can give a lot to a team, especially a team that's developing over here. But at the same time, I also know that it's time for me to make the next step. I had a great mentor with Christian Latanzio in my first season as assistant coach, who taught me a lot of the game to get a different perspective of the game. And I really enjoyed my first year as an assistant coach in the MLS. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more time on the pitch as a coach. We have now Dean Smith,
the Leicester connection,
who joined us. It was great to catch up with him, to talk Leicester, obviously, to talk about common friends that we have, and yeah, it's great to have him on board.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it, that he was announced? So have you had much time with Dean, and have you had a conversation about what you're hoping for to come in the coming season?
Yeah, so on the day of his announcement, I met him right away at the training ground. Probably spent 4 hours with him, more than he probably wanted me to do, but as it is, he wants to right away. He's a professional, very professional character, very professional coach. He showed us right away, the coaching staff, how he wants to play, how he sees the game. And after the official part was done, we sat down, had lunch together, and spoke Leicester. That's all we did.
Did you come across a certain Steve Guppy out there, Christian Fuchs? Why do I call him Christian Fuchs?
Steve Guppy.
Fuchsy.
He probably says it was great. Yeah.
He's at
Guppy.
Nashville,
No, where should I come
Nashville
from?
FC. You come across them?
Well, not really, because you think you're traveling a lot in England, but over here it's literally arrive, and the second you're done, you pack up, because the travel usually is no less than 2 hours, and it's always flying, so you're always on a very tight schedule, and because you don't want to return later than usually 3 or 4 a.m. After every game, as you can imagine. So it's a very tight schedule, and there's not a lot of time, seriously, to just hang around and get into long conversations.
Yeah, he's an old teammate of mine, but so before your era. And to be fair, he's quite an inconsequential sort of character. If you did see him, you probably wouldn't realise you had.
I probably saw him then.
Let's just quickly circle back to your playing time here with Leicester. We've spoken about the camaraderie, and on the field we've seen the trophy lift, of course. There, Matt's mentioned the goals. Which one are you most proud of, do you think, out of the goals you scored in a Leicester shirt?
Okay, now you made the question specific, because now when you said the goals I scored, it's, well, they all look kind of good. I mean, this is something to be proud of.
This is a good.
I think
strike.
the one here, the Fleetwood one, just because the way the ball went into the net, and I was literally I didn't have a run up or a follow through like I did against Crystal Palace against Fleetwood. I was literally standing there, and I could follow the path of the ball, and that for me, was a great moment. It was unfortunate because it was a Carabao Cup game, right? And the stadium was half empty. But nevertheless, I mean, the goal itself is something that I'm myself proud of a lot. But listen, if you would have not specified that, I would have told you that Jamie Vardy's 11th consecutive goal is the one that's my absolute favorite.
Yeah, not a bad assist either, that one. Great ball. in the right back area as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can talk about the assist, you can talk about the goal, but for me, it's more about what we spoke before about the camaraderie, because how everybody came together and was so happy for Vards to have achieved that success. That's the outstanding moment of my time at Leicester.
Did you feel? I just was thinking of it spur of the moment there, but you talk about the camaraderie there, and Jamie Vardy. Everyone was in it together. Everyone was pleased for him, but also, did it give you an extra confidence as a team, because you see one of your own teammates achieving something that no one ever done before in the Premier League, basically, and then you think, well, hang on, maybe even subconsciously, collectively, maybe we can do something people have never done before in the Premier League as well as a group. Or am I dressing it up a little bit more?
Yeah, you're really dressing it up. You know, there was still early doors in the season, right? So who should have thought? I mean, we were a very humble group, right? At least I was, because I never expected us to make it, even though we were in a fairly good situation also towards the end of the season. But at the early doors, you know, you get promoted, you almost get relegated, and then who should think about even international football? Nobody would think about this. About that, knowing what happened in the previous season. But we were humble. We set ourselves one goal at a time. Obviously, the first goal was the 40 points. Once we achieved that, okay, can we get to, I don't even know what it was, 50? Or can we go into international football then? And I think it was Claudia then eventually at the press conference, which I'm so happy that I didn't hear or didn't see, that I said, yeah, we want to go for it, which was, I think, 4 games before the end of the season. And I think that humbleness and that really sticking to a plan carried us throughout the season and made us as successful as we were.
We're going to fast forward again to the present day, Christian. We'll see some highlights in just a moment from the win on Monday. You said that you've been obviously keeping track with Leicester. It's been a fantastic season so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's great to see what Maresca did with the team. I mean, that style of play is definitely something that I admire and that I love to play myself with my team. There's a lot of fluidity, but what I saw against Birmingham, which I quite liked, you know, you control your opponent through possession, which is what the system gives you. But then to see the first 2 goals being scored on a break, which remind me of the good old times, that was also great to see. So it makes you a little bit less predictable. And teams, you know, if you are able to defend resilient and deep and then kill teams on the break as well, that is really a good upside for the Leicester game, and not only having to attack and they just wait for the counter attack. No, let's flip it around, and that was really great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Leicester, of course, on Monday evening made it 18 wins at the start of this season in just 22 games. With that, well, nervy in the end, 3-2 victory.
Right-footed towards the penalty spot, glancing header. Oh, that's come back off the post, and it's thumped the woodwork, and Leicester escape again. But can they break here with Fatawu? He's coming through the middle. He's got Mavididi with him, and he's found Mavididi, who chipped it over Ruddy. And can you believe it? Leicester have scored from Birmingham, hitting the post. A blistering counter-attack that is perfectly executed by Steffi Mavididi's 6th goal of the season. He was sprinted alongside by Fatawu through the middle. The pass was perfect, the finish was exquisite, and Leicester lead at St Andrews. Sariki Dembele has certainly been Birmingham's main threat so far in this game. In the penalty area, right side, pokes it to the edge of the area, back into Stansfield, right-footed across the face of goal, off the post and in, and Birmingham's response is almost immediate from Jay Stansfield, his 6th of the season. He hadn't scored in his last 6. My word, that was a very composed finish and a very neat build-up from Birmingham. Dembele certainly involved, and now Leicester can break again. Fatawu looking for Dewsbury Hall, and he's got the pace, and he's in behind, 18 yards out, goes around John Ruddy. Brilliant goal, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, and Leicester lethal on the break again. Fantastic play from Leicester City. Ricardo with the first challenge to stop Bakuna, then it was Fatawu. First time ball, Dewsbury Hall turned on the turbo boost.
Layoff
by the back heel of Daka Dewsbury Hall. First time to Mavididi in the penalty area on the left. Right footed, deflected into the bottom corner. And it's a double for Steffi Mavididi. This one is celebrated in front of those celebrating Leicester City fans. And another sharp Leicester move. Here's Mayoshi on the right, one of the substitutes, into the edge of the area. Touch that was looking for Jordan James and comes through to Jordan James. He's got his second of the night. Well, he kept battling for the ball just inside the penalty area and eventually got his shot away, and maybe via a deflection it's looped over Hermansen. Well, it was 3-2 against Millwall last Wednesday. It's 3-2 here at St Andrews.
Yes, back-to-back 3-2 victories for Enzo Maresca and the Foxes. Matt, you were at St Andrews, of course, for the game on Monday.
Yep.
I said in the link it was a bit more nervy than what it could have been, wasn't it, towards the end? Leicester were dominant throughout.
Yeah, exactly. Made harder work of it than they should have, but it was a bit closer than it should have been. Come the end of the game, but listen, the boys were saying, Ewan and Jerry, at half time and certainly after, it could have been 5 or 6 quite comfortably. Leicester were as good, I thought, during periods in that game as they've been all season. Christian mentioned about the counter-attacking ability, which is great to see. But you've seen that previously in the league games as well. Up at Blackburn, for instance, Southampton away. More often than not, teams just sit back, as Rotherham probably will do today, to a degree, and then it's up to Leicester to break them down. But I thought they were excellent. So watching them, I was thinking, in championship level terms, I was thinking, wow, these lot really are showing that they're on a different level.
Yeah, the first goal in particular, Christian, obviously there was an element of good fortune. James Justin hitting his own post and it broke away. Fatawi with a brilliant ball, but the finish from Mavididi is top level.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, when you look at how the game developed, right? Yeah, okay, let's focus on that. I mean, you have to earn that luck as well. But then what do you make out of the situation that evolves, right? And I mean, that pace, if it's Mavididi, Fatawu, Daka, Vard, Skelet, whoever's playing up there, having this ability and knowing that, listen, if we dig deep and we have that pace up front that can score us goals at any point of the game, that gives you a lot of confidence. And yeah, okay, we hit the post, which is fine, but the way the team reacted to it is right away on the front foot again, and transition moments was incredible.
Yeah, it was a similar type second, really. It was Kieran Dewsbury Hall that used his pace to get away this time.
I don't remember him being so fast when he played for us, or when I was there, but just, he's coming with a lot of confidence and determination, right? And he knows when he gets that ball, like you said, Matty, when Leicester has so much quality, right? And they know, okay, I make that run, my teammates will find me. And I mean, the way Dewsbury Hall is excelling this season, and the way he's playing week in, week out has been phenomenal. And he's getting chased by 2 players, but stays composed and goes around the goalkeeper, finish it. I mean, that's class.
I think he was getting chased very slowly by the 2 defenders as well, though, wasn't it? It made him look a bit quicker than he is, maybe. But
maybe. Listen, I didn't have a race with him. He probably wins against me as well. But I think overall Dewsbury or Keenan is really, really doing well for Leicester this season, well for himself, and he gets the praise, and deservingly so.
Yeah, you're right to mention about his confidence, Christian. There, you can see it oozing out of him. He knows he's played at this level and excelled for other teams, so he knows what it's all about. He's got the confidence in himself. He'll be frustrated that he's not playing his trade in the Premier League, and that's where he wants to be sooner rather than later. He's doing a great job about going about it, isn't he? But again, as you say about that goal, I mean, listen, is he top goal scorer? He's up there, isn't he?
He's top scorer, I think, right now.
Yeah, he's top goal scorer. But he's up there. He's added a different dimensions to his game, growing, developing every week. He's becoming a leader of the team as well, and they're reliant on him. Not reliant, but he's a big cog
Yeah.
in the wheel.
I mean, he's in the right positions, as you see, right? He has a good timing on when to attack inside the box. I mean, with his size, also winning the headers in there, scoring headers is great. But his link-up play, how he is always trying to be positive and how he connects from the back and has an eye for the attacking players, is composed. I mean, I think the future is bright if he stays humble, works hard, keeps working hard, and eventually, if Leicester continues where they are right now, he will be in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, you were both spot on. No one scored more than him in a Leicester shirt this season. He's level on 7 with Steffi Mavididi and Jamie Vardy, but the key difference is, Christian, he's got 9 assists to his name as well, which is just shows you how important he is to this team.
Yeah, I did my homework before I came on, right? And I quite knew those numbers. But again, that's why I'm saying, with his positive play, yes, he's scoring goals, he gets in goal scoring positions, but he has this eye for his teammates. And I think he is as proud of scoring as he is assisting his teammates. And compared with some quality that he has, it looks very good. It looks really good.
The thing about Dewsbury Hall, I mean, we just mentioned numerous attributes that he's got, but like his athleticism and his fitness levels, he drains the life out of opposition players.
Yeah.
You know, those forward runs, he just does them constantly. With Ndidi on the other side, come 60, 70 minutes, midfielders are just looking to pass him on rather than track him back, and centre halves are occupied with numerous other players. And eventually, the cracks start appearing, don't they? And that's when things open up for Leicester.
Let's hear now from his manager then, Enzo Maresca, of course. After this game with Rotherham, it'll be exactly halfway through the season with 23 games played. As it stands, the full-time whistle has gone at Ellen Road. That finished 4-0 to Leeds. So if Leicester do win today, they'll be 6 clear at the top of the tree at Christmas. And Enzo Maresca was asked to sum up the first half of the season.
Good. We start a new journey, as we always said, that it's never easy. We are quite happy, but there is still the second half of the season that we need to play.
We spoke at the start of the season about where you were and where this team was in the progression, and you said around 10 to 20% of the way through. When you look at this team now, how much further are they down that road, do you think?
You forget the other part. I also said that we were 100%. After a few weeks, you asked me, and I said we are 100%. So now we are 100%. No, it's I don't know in terms of percentage. The only thing I can say that there are many things that we can improve, and we see game after game, day after day, session. That the good thing about this is that it's so dynamic that every day, every game, we see things that we can absolutely improve, how we can attack different teams, the way they defend, how we need to improve the way we defend. So there are many things that we can improve.
You've got Rotherham next up on Saturday. What have you made to them in your analysis?
Will be for sure 100%, will be the most difficult game tomorrow of the season, no doubt. People forgot that they draw with the Leeds, they draw with Ipswich, they draw with Southampton, they beat Norwich, and people just see the table, but 100% no doubt that will be the toughest game of the season for us.
Because those results were obviously a little further away, back towards the beginning of the season, but obviously they've changed their manager since then. Why will this game be significantly tougher, do you think?
Simply because it's a game that will be tough, because probably because of the table, everyone is expecting that won't be tough, because our moment that in the last 5, 6, I don't know, we won 4 or 5, I don't remember now. But it's not like this. Football at the end, we saw against Sheffield. Sheffield was last in the table when we faced them, and we draw points. And this moment probably is the toughest game that we can face tomorrow. And as I said, people just saw the table, but in behind they draw important game against Ipswich, against Leeds, against Southampton. And I always say the same. We make the easy game or difficult game because of us. And My feeling is that tomorrow will be a tough game.
That was Enzo Maresca there, speaking to the press ahead of this game with Rotherham. Christian, what have you made of Enzo Maresca this season? You spoke a little bit about the style of play, didn't you? And how Leicester almost like to suffocate teams, but he always speaks really well, and he never underestimates an opposition, even if it is, as today is, top versus bottom.
Yeah, but he's doing well. So, I mean, he keeps everybody humble. He keeps the team focused on what they need to do on the field rather than looking at the table, because the table really doesn't matter. In this game, the pressure is probably even more higher. The expectations are far higher, because you are looking to play at home against the bottom of the table. But yeah, you saw against Birmingham, who are not so far higher up, right? And with a little bit of luck, or with a little bit of the game going against you, you could easily go down 1-0, 2-0. I mean, Birmingham really had a couple of good chances at the beginning, but then obviously the class will prevail and really push Leicester forward. But never underestimated a game like that. When I played, these were the most underrated teams when you played. But he's really doing well with how he handles the team, how he handles the media, and yeah. I mean, my expectations are for Leicester to win, obviously, but I also know that it's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, I think you go into the game and you don't want to be blasé or complacent. We can afford to be a little bit like that, because the hatchet doesn't fall on us, does it? But I think Leicester could be confident of winning it comfortably. But as a player, you've got to approach it in the right way, and I think that's why Maresca's saying that about the record that Rotherham have, isn't it? Yeah. Those 3 draws against the top sides, beating one of the other quartet. They gave Leicester a good run for their money in the home fixture, goal that was disallowed, etc. So on their day they can provide a challenge. But Leicester are flying high and confident at the moment, aren't they? But no, there's good management there. He's just like setting it in the players' minds, isn't he? Right, whatever you do, okay, we're doing well. Don't relax. Don't take it easy. Like they were against QPR. I know they ended up winning that game, but only by the skin of their teeth, and everyone expected them to stroll that. But just on the playing style, Christian, I bet you would have loved it, wouldn't you? In that tailor-made for you, that left back stroke left centre half, sort of a hybrid role, isn't it? You could have slotted straight in there.
Well, he obviously comes from Pep Guardiola, right? From Man City, and the head coach that I worked with here for Charlotte FC also comes from the Man City school, right? And kind of represent a very similar idea of playing. So I was in touch with a couple of people at Leicester during the season, and because I really like it and I really understand how he approaches the games, and with Ricardo Pereira was creating the 6-6 or an additional central player, which allows obviously for more players to be in the last line and occupy their defense, is definitely something that I really enjoy playing, or my team to play. And there's a lot of potential. For me, and I wanna pick your brain on that. For me, the position of the goalkeeper, the way Hermansen is playing that at times, is something that is so undervalued or underestimated currently at the game, because he's an extra body in the attack, right? At times he's building out as a right centre back with Fass dropping out wide, and I like this approach. I really do like this approach because it gives you an additional player in the attack, and then you basically attack 11v10.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll
I like this approach. Yeah.
Sorry, Christian. Yeah, we'll throw that actually to Jerry, that exact question from Christian, because I know he's on co-commentary for us. He's been listening into exactly what Christian's been saying. But you're a big fan of Mads Hermansen, Jerry, aren't you? And both, obviously, with his shot stopping, which is his job as a goalkeeper, but as Christian was just alluding to there, he's so important with his feet.
Yeah, good afternoon, chaps. Nice to see you dressed for the occasion, Matt.
Well, I got a late shout, Gerald. Apparently, I was co-commentating. So I was on my way here, and thankfully I had this lovely little cashmere Christmas number on.
Yeah. The bins around the back, by the way, when you want to collect them. Thanks very much.
He says that when he's off camera, doesn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, I've still got a shirt on, and I'm on.
Oh, he's on camera. Sorry, he wasn't looking.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, going back to Mads Hermansen, yeah, I've been very impressed. He's grown on me as the season has progressed. Earlier on, he was a little bit nervy coming for crosses, which, you know, Leicester have had this issue with defending set pieces, which still stands to this day, but every other aspect of his game is, you know, just growing and growing all the time. He's fantastic with his feet. He's that extra player when the ball's in the defensive third of the pitch. His shot stopping is like his movement across the ground to save shots is fantastic. And as you say, he's just that outlet when they need one. He's always there. His feet are fantastic, and that is the modern game these days. You have to be very, very good with your feet. We've seen the other night that at Birmingham, you know, John Ruddy was trying to play from the back, and Huddersfield just couldn't get it going. John Ruddy just did not want to move outside of his penalty area, where Hermansen is more than happy to come out of his penalty area into the edge of his defensive third, to give the back four an option. So yeah, you know, it's great management great coaching from the manager, and obviously Hermansen has the technical ability to pull it off.
Yeah, you can hear the Christmas songs as well played in the stadium behind you, Jerry, and Leicester fans know that a win today sends them 6 clear at the top for Christmas. 13 again will be the gap with Leeds into 3rd place. It will be a very, very happy Christmas time.
Yeah, again, it's another massive opportunity, isn't it? I know I've just been listening to Enzo doing his interview there, his pre-match interview, and he's absolutely spot on. This is all about the mindset today of the players. They know they're better than Rotherham. They beat them away in a tough game. Under new management at the moment, Rotherham, it's going to be a difficult game because they work so hard for each other, but the quality that Leicester have, you've got to fancy them. But it's easy to forgive players sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes coming into these games when it's top versus bottom, it's easy for your mindset just to slip a couple of percent. And that can be the difference between winning a game of football or drawing and losing. And so today, for me, it's all about the mindset of the players. They have to treat this game as if they were going out against a Leeds United or an Ipswich Town, you know, the nearest and dearest. And obviously, if they do get over the line today, it just keeps that 13-point gap to Leeds, and obviously stretches to a 6-point gap against Ipswich. So undoubtedly the players will know that Leeds have turned Ipswich over.
Well, thank you very much, Jerry. We'll let you get off now. You're on co-commentary duty for us alongside Tyler Morris this afternoon on Fox's Hub, of course, that game available to a number of people out there as well. Just keep an eye out to see what is. You can also listen to it if you're in the UK. We've got plenty more, though, content-wise for you on Fox's Hub. Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Harry Winks have struck up a brilliant partnership on the pitch. Well, off it, it's not as good. There's a Read My Lips feature where they've got to try and... one of them's got music playing. They've got to guess what someone's lip reading, and it wasn't impressive. Yeah, but it's well worth the watch. Well worth the watch. The hospital visit, of course, always happens around Christmas time, doesn't it? A number of Leicester City players, as well as LCFC women players, went down to the Royal Infirmary. And Leicester's a Place podcast with Harry Winks, Matt Elliott, and Jerry Taggart in conversation. It's a fantastic listen wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch it on YouTube and on Fox's Hub. And finally, as you can see in the middle there, A Legacy for Cunbishire, the documentary that we brought out, obviously, to mark the 5-year anniversary of those tragic events at King Power Stadium. I mean, a quick word on that documentary, Christine, because it's a fantastic watch. Half an hour long. We spoke to the likes of Wes Morgan, Mark Albright, and some of your ex-teammates, Jamie Vardy. And for you, it was awful. You were here as a player at the time, and Cunbishire, and now with Cuntop, they were such an important part of this football club.
Yeah, they were nothing, or Top obviously still is nothing but good to the club, to the players, to the whole of Leicester, I would say. What they have given to the city, to the hospital, children's hospital. It has been, for me, a big life lesson that I learned from them is how humble they were, how approachable they were, and I learned a lot from them during my time at Leicester, and especially how I want to be myself as a person.
Yeah, that's fascinating to hear. Of course, Matt couldn't stop continuing those traditions. We know at Christmas there are gifts for supporters as well this afternoon. On the pitch, obviously, that they'll be, Kuntop will be watching on and looking, and we know that Rotherham can cause issues. The likes of Jordan Hugill up front had that goal disallowed against Leicester. Lembiska gets forward from that right wing back position. So they'll know, as Enzo Maresca has said, that they're not to be taken lightly this afternoon.
No, Jerry's mentioned it. We've heard the interview from the manager, Christian, as myself. It's all about getting your minds right. If Leicester perform their capabilities, the wagon rolls on, doesn't it? You would imagine. But Kuntop, all the way down, everyone will be absolutely delighted with how things have gone, and probably a touch surprised, because Enzo Maresca said himself in an interview in the week that doing even better than he expected, and he wasn't sort of dismissing it or playing it down and whatever. He was saying, "No, I'm delighted with what's going on," especially because it was a new, Chris has mentioned it, style of play. There was a big turnover of players going out and coming in, new coach, etc., new division. So many sort of unknowns going on, and the way it's all gelled together, so like from the off, pretty much, hasn't it? Is testament to the players as well, but first and foremost to the manager. And then, you could say Kuntop could be pretty pleased with himself as well for being part of certainly of the appointment of Enzo Maresca, because it was a pretty shrewd signing and seems to have had the right effect, doesn't it, so far, certainly.
Yeah, you can just see that the Rotherham players out there doing their warm-ups, Christian. Now, they'll obviously, as will most teams coming to Leicester, know that Leicester are top of the league. You've probably had that in the title-winning season here. Everyone wants to come and win at Leicester now and prove a point.
Yeah, the main difference is that when in the title-winning season, we were the underdogs all the time, whilst Leicester is not a favorite in every game, and that's an additional layer of pressure that Leicester, the players, have to carry with them. But that's what they also worked for, right? You want to be in a position where you embrace the pressure that you create for yourself with the performance, with how you play, and it will be really down to them to just focus on yourself. Just erase everything that might affect you from the outside. It really just matters how you perform on the day. That's the main thing, and nothing else matters. And I'm sure if they play up to their expectations, if they put in the hard work, that's always the basis of the success. The defensive running, the defensive work, but then also express yourself attacking, and you have players that can decide the game at any point of the game. Then there's no other winner than Leicester today. But again, it needs to be the hard work that comes first, and then obviously I'm looking forward to 3 points today.
Hopefully so. Yes, that hard work will be done by the same starting 11 that played on Monday evening and won, of course, at Birmingham. No changes then to that team. It's Hermansen in goal, Justin, Vestergaard, Fass and Ricardo across the back four. Winks, Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi in midfield, with Mavididi and Fatawu in behind Patson Daka. From a Rotherham point of view, they conceded in the 97th minute a week ago away at Plymouth Argyle and remain rock bottom of the Championship. They've made 3 changes to that team. In goal is former Leicester City development squad player as well, Victor Johansson. It's Revan, Morrison and Adolfin as the 3 central defenders. Lembiska and Bramall are the wing-backs. Rathbone, Taihi and Lindsay in midfield, with Nombe and Jordan Hugill up front. As ever, the game is available to you on Fox's Hub. For international audiences, there are game passes which are available for £10. All you need to do is head to lcfc.com/Fox's Hub. If you're here in the UK, of course, or anywhere, you can also listen to all of the action on Fox's Hub. There is a Listen Live monthly pass which is available All the details of everything that is available to you, as well as half-season passes, which you can see at the bottom of the screen there, are all on lcfc.com/foxeshub. So if you want any more details, that's where you need to go. Let's hear now from one of the Leicester City players, Abdul Fatawu, who's been catching up with our commentator today, Tyler Morris.
So after a trip to Birmingham on Monday night, how good does it feel to be back here again at King Power Stadium?
You know, always this is the best place to play, and it's always feels good to be back. So yeah, us we are ready and happy to be back again.
And after that win against Birmingham, does that make you feel confident going into today's game?
Yeah, it's more confidence to us because you know it's just game by game that makes us keep going. So yeah, it makes us feel more confidence and we are ready to do more.
And it's the last game here in 2023. Does that give you extra motivation to try and put on a show for the fans this afternoon?
Yeah, it's a special day and a special game for the fans as well and for the whole team. So yeah, it's a great feelings today.
And finally, a word on Rotherham. We've already played them this season, winning 2-1. What do you expect from them this afternoon?
Yeah, you know, every game is difficult, and it's just how you go into the game and how you get prepared for the game. And yeah, with this game, I think we are ready, and yeah, just going for win and yeah to keep us more confidence towards the rest of the season.
That was Abdul Fatawu there speaking to Tyler Morris. Just quickly, Christine, before we hand over to the commentary team for the game, Fatawu's looked incredibly impressive, hasn't he? As have all of the Leicester City forwards and wingers this season.
Yeah, he's bringing a lot of dynamism on the wing, just like Mavididi. And I mean, sorry, I think I swallowed the bug just a second ago.
No problem.
Now you got me back. No, it's great to see. I mean, again, with the inverted wingers, right, it gives you so much more versatility out wide. With him, you know, going down the line, crossing with your right foot, but once you receive the ball in your left foot and you create more separation between yourself and the defender, the game opens up. Now on the left foot, you can do much more, right? Are you going for a cross? Are you driving inside to finish? And he was very close against Birmingham. But you saw with Mavididi, that's exactly what the modern game gives you as well, right? Inverted wingers that are always ready to score. But for me, I would call them wide playmakers because the amount of times they're on the ball and create the game, create the attack is incredible. And yeah, you saw with him as well. He's very humble to approach the game and knows that he needs to work hard.
Well, thank you very much to Christine Fuchs and to Matt Elliott. Christine will be delighted. He can go and get a glass of water now that we're handing over to our commentary team. It is Jerry Taggart and Tyler Morris this afternoon as Leicester City know that they can go 6 clear at the top of the Championship at Christmas. Here's a little video to explain what is available to you on our live streams. So do stay with us and we'll hear again from Christian both at half-time and at full-time.
If you are watching on lcfc.com, just sit back and relax. If you are watching on social media, the live stream will finish shortly. If you want to continue enjoying our coverage, you'll need to head over to lcfc.com/FoxesHub and purchase one of our game passes. If you are watching in a territory where the game isn't live on TV, you'll be able to watch a live video stream on Foxes Hub. Please visit lcfc.com/territories to check. If you can't find your location, live audio commentary is still available. You'll need to have an lcfc.com account before you purchase your Game Pass. If you already have one, please sign in and select your product at lcfc.com/FoxesHub. Select the Buy button and you'll be taken to the payment page. Once you've followed the simple payment steps, press Continue at the bottom of the screen and you'll be taken to the Foxes Hub homepage. If you purchased a video pass, please select Watch Live from the Foxes Hub drop-down menu. If you purchased a Listen Live pass, please select Listen Live. If you purchased a seasonal or monthly video pass and the game is not being shown in your territory, please select Listen Live. If you are having a payment or technical issue, please email Leicester TV Support at streamamg.com. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the match.